which begins as long ago as 800 BC, when Phoenician traders first brought to England a strand of Mastiff from Asia. The original Mastiffs were bred to bring down, fight, or hold large aggressive prey such as wild boar, bears, or big cats, animals that are likely to fight as to run away. Ancient Mastiffs had incredible fighting ability and courage, and were highly prized throughout Asia and Europe. Around 400 AD, a second very tough strand of Mastiff reached English shores. This dog was called the Öland. English butchers and farmers turned Öland into the world's first true bulldog, back then referred to as a bulldoggie. In medieval times, the working English bulldoggie was the first dog to develop the so-called lockjaw grip, which really has more to do with a dog's gameness than any structural difference in its jaw. These bulldoggies had the ability to chase, catch, and hang onto the nose, cheek, or throat of a large herbivore and not let go, no matter how hard the beast struggled or how much punishment the dog was forced to absorb. Throughout medieval, Elizabethan, and industrial periods, bulldoggies routinely caught horse, cattle, and boars. These bulldoggies were usually found in farm and butchery work, and sometimes in stage competitions. When catching domestic animals, the bulldoggie was usually able to make the hoofed creature submit to the excruciating pain of the bite before being harmed himself. When ready to submit, a bull would lower its head to the ground and allow the bulldoggie to drag him backward to the butcher. The bull would then be slaughtered or put into a holding pen. It was for this type of work that the bulldoggie was commonly known as a butcher's dog. In addition to biting and holding, the early working bulldoggie also had the ability to throw a bull to the ground by rapidly corkscrewing his body right when the big breast was off balance in the middle of a stride. It was possible for an experienced 36 kilos bulldoggie to topple 810 kilos bull. Though his main opponent was usually a bull, the bulldoggie or butcher's dog was also used against bears, lions, and other ferocious carnivores. These stage fights were called baits. In England, the English bulldog evolved for the sole purpose of bull baiting. Bull baiting was a cruel sport in which a tethered bull, brought to market for slaughter, would be attacked by bulldogs with the notion that the meat would be tenderized prior to slaughter by the bulldog's attacks. The contention that the meat was tenderized during these brutal bouts was not based on any fact, and indeed served no real purpose other than to line the pockets of the men who trained their dogs to participate in these sadistic blood matches. During these matches, the dog would assault the bull, avoid the stomping hooves and slashing horns, grab a nose or ear, and hang on until the bull collapsed from exhaustion or lack of oxygen. Many of the dogs were crushed by stomping hooves, disemboweled by slashing horns, and tossed through the air, causing broken legs, backs, and skulls when they hit the ground. On the whole, both the dogs and the bulls suffer greatly. However, every class of person from commoner to royalty enjoyed these spectates as a means to divert themselves from the violence and diseases of their day-to-day lives. The bulldoggies used on bears and large meat eaters were heavier than the ones used solely on livestock. Speed was not important against the larger opponents, and the fight would take place in an enclosed area, so endurance was less of a factor. Whether large or small, the working English bulldoggie that survived this grueling gauntlet of animal combat became the greatest canine warrior ever.